Breathe. Breathe. Cornflake. Breathe.
Useless, pathetic,
Hello! It's me again! Back again! Yay! Yay! Wow, I'm really pleased to be here and doing a pitch again for you. Hopefully this would be the one, yeah. I mean, it's been a strange month for me, an emotional and a psychological wreck of a month. I went to work. And I was there, and my ex-colleagues, but I'll get into that in a minute, were all around a monitor. And I went over, and they're laughing, and there's me on the monitor on YouTube, and it's the pitches that I'm doing for you. And it says it's a scam. It says the money I'm giving to you is just going into the ether somewhere. Going nowhere to you instead of going to a Hollywood connection. That's what it says on the YouTube. And then my colleagues, they laugh at me. And then my bosses, they find out that I've been doing these pitches, and because I've not been going to work because of a sickness which is to do with my cystitis, and the real reason is because I want to do these pitches and I need to do them, I got the sack. So I'm jobless. Well, I did have another job. I worked in a gallery. I was one of these people, sitting down, guarding the artwork, sitting on a chair. And I thought that would be good. I could think about the pictures. But the artwork I was guarding was a man dressed the same as me, sitting in a chair, watching me. And that really freaked me out. And so the next day I thought I'd bring in a book. I brought in War and Peace. He was reading War and Peace. Meta. So I had to quit that, and now I haven't got a job. I haven't got nothing. I set the roof on my head. Let's hope that stays. But I have got this with me and you, and I don't believe it's a scam. I don't believe you're not a Hollywood agent, and I believe in my pitches, and I believe this one I'm going to tell you now is the one, the pitch to end all pitches, and I've called it CINDERFELLA. Now, I know there's been a 1960s movie with what's his name, the guy, anyway, I know that's happened, and I know my mate Alan does a drag act down the local pub as CINDERFELLA, but I've asked him if I can use a name. He said okay. The other guy from the America 60s movie, let's not forget about him, he won't know, they're probably dead. So this is it, CINDERFELLA. So, I'm going to start with the tagline. CINDERFELLA, now it's time for the men to go to the ball. Yeah, see what I've done, which I think is a rather clever thing here, is I've taken your average fairy tale of Cinderella, and I've swapped the genders around. Right? Which is totally original, I think. And also, who else needs to hear another story about a downtrodden man? Everyone, I think. That's a story that keeps on giving. So what I've done is I've taken CINDERFELLA, and you see him as an 8-year-old, first of all, living in his house with his evil stepfather and his two evil stepbrothers, Douglas and Jonty. And they're horrible to him. They make him do all the cleaning, they make him go to school on his own, they make him walk the plank into the local ditch. And then we cut to 40 years later, and he's now 48, and he's living on his own in one room in Croydon in South London, and he has a sofa and a bed in the same room, a kitchen, just imagine it's just there, and a toilet that forever leaks. Let's imagine it's there. Imagine I can just see it right now. That's him. His stepfather's died and left all the money to Douglas and Jonty, who've already got all the money in the world. So, and he just lies there every day, and he's lost his job, and he just wants to be a writer. That's all his dream happens. His clothes, clothes are probably ripped, and there's not little like Disney mice and animals all around like in the Disney version. No, they're mice. But they're real mice that just poo on the television, so I can't see EastEnders, and they chew the cables. And there's other animals as well. There's cats, not my cats, but they love to just stare at me through the window, looking at me, and then going through all the Cinderfella's garbage. And he's just there, constantly waiting for something to happen, and then it does. The doorbell rings. And first of all, we think, oh, not another Amazon delivery for someone who lives next door, who's not me and never receives anything. No. He opens the door, and standing there is his fairy godfather, and he says to him, you can have 3 wishes. End of that one. So the fairy godfather is wearing a blue suit with a big blue floppy hat. And guess who it is? Elton John, if we can get him. He's very fuzzy. And Elton John is a fairy godfather. See what I've done? You just don't know. And then he says, here are your 3 wishes. What do you want? And so Cinderfella says, wish 1. I want fame and success. And that means Cinderfella, who's a script writer, his script tree man becomes this huge blockbuster superhero franchise that just does brilliantly. The whole world see it, except for 2 people, and that's because they just missed the time for the cinema. And it wins loads of Oscars, loads of money. It wins 8 Oscars first of all. It wins it for best film, and best writing, best director because he directed himself, best actor because he stars as Tree Man himself, best editing for some reason, and of course best contribution to the arts. He has 8 Oscars, but he gives them to orphans. He doesn't care about the Oscars, just throws them at orphans in the street. And the orphans have got the Oscars, and everyone loves him. The success is brilliant, and people write books about his writing. They study it at university as BAs and Masters and PhDs, and they're like law books. If you want to know a fact about Cinderfella, you look at a book and go, that's what he means about form and comedy. And you find out all the answers, and everyone bases all their writing on Cinderfella. And that's brilliant. So he says, that's wish 1. What's wish 2? Wish 2. I want to find true love. And he does. In the loving arms of Sharon Stone. Him and Sharon, they meet each other and their eyes connect. And soon other things connect. And then they buy a little penthouse flat in Croydon, in the posh area, where they can look at London on the other side and then look at the South Downs that side. And they live there and they get married, and people attend from all over the world. They don't know why they're going. It's like a pilgrimage to Mecca or to other religious places. They all just turn up, waiting there. They don't know why they've come. It's like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. And they're all there. And the Dalai Lama's, he's doing the vicar bit. And they get married. And soon the whole world sees love and its possibilities. And they throw down their guns, they throw down their staffs, they throw down their Nintendos, and they just embrace love. And then wish 3, he says, I want to save the world. And they make him the American president. For the first time an English person has been made an American president. They don't care because they love him so much. And his first law of order is to make everything run by electrical science. And soon all the fossil fuels have gone back, and electrical science controls everything. It controls the roads, it controls the arms, it controls the robots. And it doesn't cost anything. And the environmental things, they just grow back. It's all saved. It's all fine. There's no protest. Everything's great. The ozone layer, we see that in montage, it grows back. Yeah? And then we see the trees, and there's whales getting on with goats, and there's dolphins hand in hand with hippies singing songs, and that's where we finish it. Everything is great. End of Act 2. And now, and here's the thing, it just carries on. Everything is still perfect. Cinderfella is having the wonderful time. Nothing bad happens, nothing ruins it. And I know as a writer you're meant to put in a protagonist or something drama at the end of Act 2 so he fights against something or he overcomes all the odds, but you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of overcoming the odds. I'm tired of fighting the tide. Why can't it just be happy ever after? Why can't it just go on and on and on and on? Happiness, kindness. And the key is, and this is what Cinderfella doesn't do, he doesn't give up. He doesn't give up on his dreams. And I think that's the thing we will learn from this film, because however bad things are, you could be living in a flat, you know, that has no heating, that has mice and dirt and there's cars, there's pollution outside, and it's killing you, and you haven't eaten for 3 days, and you keep yourself warm by, you know, but if you stop believing, if you stop thinking that something better could happen, then what's the point? And if you believe in your dreams, you could have as well Elton John standing outside your door, metaphorically. And that's the message of Cinderfella. That's the message. That's the nourishment you need. End of Act 3. Call me. Cinderfella could have a sort of like upbeat music track, and you could have a bit, you know, it could be Cinderfella, where you hella, Cinderfella, where you hella, hella, Cinderfella, Cinderfella, hella fella. Flask of coffee, a nice flask. I'm in a lakeside drinking a flask of coffee. Cinderfella, hella Cinderfella. One of the other things I can do is I'm a stuntman as well, so I've got so many tricks. I haven't got much of the gear here, so I train this. So I could be walking like this, and then that's like, and I'm up, and that's your classic fall. You know, Hella Cinderfella, hella wella Cinderfella. Accents, of course, very good at. This is European. Hello, what you doing? You okay? You like me? I like you. What's this? What's that? Hello, look at the sun. There's a tree. Wow, like the tree. Wella Cinderfella, hella Cinderfella. And I shouldn't come by no more. When I found Hello? Yeah, that's me. Tree Man. Yeah. I've written that.